now yield 5 minutes to Mr. Massie. You recognize Mr. Massie for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman, for holding this very important hearing on a very important topic. Before I jump into facial recognition, I want to talk about name recognition. Imagine a system, a computerized system, that instead of basing the adjudication of your civil rights on the distance between your eyes or the shape of your nose or where your ears are in relation to your cheekbones, it's based on the spelling of your first and last name and your birthday, and whether you might share a same name with somebody who's been convicted of a felony or may be in prison today. Well, such a system exists, and there is no judge or jury involved. It's called the NICS background check system. And the troubling thing about facial recognition as it exists today is there may be racial disparities in it, but we know that there are racial disparities in the NICS instant background check system. That's the system that you have to go through in order to purchase a firearm. And my friend John Lott, who worked at the DOJ recently, has found evidence that this system, by a factor of 3 to 1, produces false denials for Black males compared to white males, because they may share a similar name to somebody who is incarcerated within their ethnic group. And so, Ms. Goodwin, I appreciate the good work that the GAO does. You all do great work. I served on the oversight committee. We covered this topic before there, the facial recognition topic. The GAO released a report that said there were 112,000 denials based on the instant background check and only 12 federal prosecutions. You know, ostensibly 100,000 people committed a crime by trying to buy a firearm when they were ineligible. What we know from that is actually that they didn't commit a crime, but there were a lot of false positives. I got the commitment of FBI Director Wray in one of our recent hearings to look into this issue about whether there are racial disparities built into the instant background check system, because it's not very technologically advanced at all. And he said he would work on it, but I hope if this comes across your desk and that you have an opportunity that you might look into it. Is this something that your part of the GAO would examine?
Thank you, Congressman. And actually, that was my report. I worked on that report, the prohibited purchases report. So we are happy to have a conversation with you about additional work we can do in that area.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And thank you for that report. They do collect race information on the Form 4473. And so if we could, just take another level, it wouldn't have to be as deep and thorough as the report that you did already, but it would be very helpful, I think. I noticed that the beginning of this recent report on facial recognition started with, or your testimony, we surveyed 42 federal agencies with, law enforcement employees or internal law enforcement. And I thought, whoa, stop right there. That to me is troubling, that we have 42 federal agencies that have law enforcement. Maybe this is something that Democrats and Republicans could get together on. Maybe we have too many organizations. If the Department of Education has a police force, then maybe we have too many police forces at the federal level.